Today on the Wellness Files, we have a safety alert about stress and the 5 leading causes of death. New research is showing a strong connection between the two, and you might be wondering why. Well, we are breaking down the science to help you and your family. Triple board certified family Dr. Nita Bajor joins us now from Oakview Medical Associates in Greenville. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, Kari.
And before we go into how stress really impacts our body, I want to first start with the leading causes of death right now in the U.S. Can you tell me what those are?
Yeah, so the top leading cause of death in the United States is cardiovascular disease, with about 680,000 deaths annually. So there's a heart attack occurring every 45 seconds. Number 2 is cancer. Those are all malignant neoplasms, and that's about 613,000. Number 3 is unintentional injuries like accidents, and that's a highly preventable cause, but that's about 225,000 deaths annually. Number 4 is stroke, cerebrovascular disease, and that totals to about 163,000 annually. And then we have COPD, chronic lower respiratory diseases, about 145,000. You compare that to COVID, which is about 49,000 deaths annually. So these top 5 killers are real, and we need to do something about it.
Much more than COVID, as you were just saying. So how does stress play a role, and what does it do in our body?
So, you know, we cannot control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond. So stress is the way you respond to environmental factors. And we can certainly control that by having strong coping mechanisms, by reaching out to people. And so there are a lot of physical manifestations. It's a real thing. It's not like stress is a feeling. Do you feel stressed? But actually our physical body manifests it. And so that's what we need to be aware of, you know. It can cause high blood pressure, fast heartbeat. It can cause you to feel very irritable, moody, edgy, lack of sleep, just not feeling at your best the next day, and just affecting your function. And sometimes it's not acute stress, but it could be chronic over months to years. And it's something we really, if we don't cope with it in a positive light, then we can take to negative coping skills like smoking and alcohol. So that's not good either.
It can lead to bad habits, or you know, not eating healthy or anything like that. You know, I was talking with a sports psychologist actually in my podcast, and he said that when our stress and anxiety is up, our body becomes more inflamed, and that makes it harder for you to recover from an injury. He was talking about sports injuries.
Yes.
So how do we get over this stress, or how do we cope with this stress?
Yeah, so I mean, stress does affect our immune function. It affects our inflammatory processes. So number 1 is movement, like your psychologist told you. Just moving your body, whether it's 20-30 minutes a day, just to music, dancing, those are very effective in just getting our physical body attuned to what's going on and handling it well. Number 2 is mindfulness and breathing. I would say just being aware of your breath, maybe 5-10 minutes a day, just sitting out in a quiet place. We also call what we call structured detox during the day, putting your phones away, just having some non-tech time.
I can agree to that because sometimes I'm looking at my phone, looking at notifications, or I'll be looking at one thing and I'm like, what was I even looking at? You know, because you got so sidetracked from everything else.
I mean, everyone feels ADD when you're on the devices, you know, and just micro technique of being in touch with nature. So looking at that beautiful green plant, or just looking at open spaces,
or outside, your beautiful if you can't. Yeah, leaf. That's why we like a leaf here.
Things like that really like stimulate our brain and just keep us very calm. You know, that can lower your blood pressure. Just reaching out to family members and friends. I think that's a big component. We don't talk about it. So we need to be more communicative with each other. Kindness, respect, you know, just being loving to one another, I think just takes away a lot of this burden that we have in our society that other generations have not faced. Right now, we're just an all-time high. And as you know, cardiovascular disease being, you know, causing about 700,000 deaths annually, that's really significant. So I think we all can reach within us, have awareness tools, and just being, you know, making a simple, like keeping a diary and a log of, okay, this affected me. What did I do about it? How long was I down with it? What were my symptoms? I think that goes a long way in managing stress.
All right, but bottom line, take some breaks. I think that's my biggest thing. Sometimes you get so wrapped up in your day, and you know, just take a walk outside or something that distracts you.
100%, very effective. Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us and breaking all of that down.
Thank you.